What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 39 of our Vancouver Grizzlies Madden 22 Pink Slips franchise. I'm just going to give a big shout to you guys. Thank you guys for all the support on these videos. Obviously, you're getting very late in the Madden cycle. It's Madden, it's not in the best of spot, but the fact that so many of you keep coming back, keep checking in, keep interacting, keep engaging, keep doing everything, checking out, supporting the channel, and watching this series, I very much appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is a decent one, and you guys saved my ass on a little bit, because as you can see on the schedule there, we got a Week 6 victory over the Bears, 31-16. I thought it was a 3-star victory. And then, in the comments, a dapper hobo said I won by 21 against the Bears. It's actually a full 4-star. I can get Tariq Woolen and Sauce Gardner. That was kind of the big, where do we go in the secondary? And that is what we can do. I botched it. Full credit. You guys never miss anything. That's why, again, I appreciate it. Let's talk about this deal ahead of today's two matchups. On the road against the Packers. On the road against the Colts. So we thought we were dealing with a +6, but it's actually a +8. So we're going to completely rejuvenate our secondary. First up is a player that I think is going to have big expectations whenever we do pink slips in Madden 23. And that is Tariq Woolen. 6'4", 205 pounds. He's a rookie in real life. I don't know, can't remember what team he went to be honest with you, off the top of my head. But 95 speed, like that, he might even be faster. He might even have better stats than that. He does, I will say this, phrasing, but he does look incredibly stiff for as straight line speed of an athlete as he is. But that doesn't really matter, man. He's going to have height, weight, speed on the outside, and in the secondary, that's really good. He's probably going to have pretty good catching stats because he is a converted wide receiver. Wait, who drafted him? Tariq Woolen. I honestly, gun to my head, couldn't tell you who drafted him. Either way, big expectations for him in Madden 23. For right now, though, we're going to be able to send Danny Mallard, who actually thinks he's been, I don't want to say underrated, but he's been performing. He's been playing a lot better than a 72. Feels like he makes a lot of TFLs, gets a couple interceptions here or there. But again, the limited ceiling. There's just, from an athletic standpoint, we get a little bit more from Tariq Woolen. From a dev trade standpoint, we get a little bit more from a Tariq Woolen. So I respect everything Danny Mallard's done for this Grizzlies team, but that's just an upgrade that needs to be done. And then we're going to lose one of our Canadian pillars, and that is Ben St-Juste. At least we had some ups, and look at that zone coverage. We rolled a Monstars, and we gave him a big-time boost. But the fact that he's 26 going on 27, still on a normal dev, has not had one dev trait scenario. It's just, you got to think about the future of this team. This team is primed to try to get back to another Super Bowl. And at this point, as much as we'd love to keep the morale high, keep the Canadian contingent here high, Ben St-Juste we had the opportunity +4 to get Sauce Gardner, 86, higher rating, superstar dev trade, 3 years younger. Sometimes you got to make the business decision. We've had to do this already. Neville Gallimore on the D-line, he's a Canadian. He's gone. He's left a couple times. We had John Mechie, got stolen away from us at wide receiver. That was less of an upgrade situation. But we know we've dropped some Canadians. And this one here, I mean, we're sending Ben St-Juste to a spot where he's now going to be, he's still going to be a starting corner. So it's not a bad landing spot. Not like we're just sending him off to purgatory. He's never going to play again. Or a team that's not competitive. The Bears are pretty solid. But that is just, completely retooling our secondary. We have 2 new starting outside corners. Our slot corner is going to be the 77 star dev Marcus Jones, is also a very dangerous return man. But Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen, welcome to Vancouver. For today's episode, I did kind of preview a little bit the Packers and the Colts roster. Just trying to find little bit ways I can condense these videos to try to get them closer to 20 minutes than 30, 35 minutes. And it's really kind of close between the Packers and the Colts. There's no oh my God, this is the S tier player we need to try to go for. So the fact that, when in doubt, when the rosters are that close, and the upgrades are that close, I'm going to go with the divisional star. We play that Colts. If we can beat the Colts, we have that extra star in hand. That's always up for grabs because of the divisional victory, and that's just, we're all about right now. Especially with the momentum that we're on, starting the season out very hot, 5-1. You want to just, this is how you make leaps and bounds in terms of improvements for your squad. Is that all it takes is for a 5-game stretch where you're getting, 5-star spins 3 out of those 5 games. And just like that, boom, your team goes from 79 up to an 84. or something crazy like that. So that's why I think we're going to take on the Colts here. So we have this Week 7 game. We got our brand new quarterback. Let's look at our team just ahead of this very quickly because we have a brand new quarterback. In case you missed the last episode, well, we have Schmidt, who because there's a glitch, I guess, in the weekly training, it got spoiled. I don't want to say it's spoiled because if we didn't know, if we ever found this out, who knows what would have happened. But he's an X Factor. An X Factor rookie quarterback. Well, I would feel better if I said I drafted this guy. We poached him as the backup quarterback on the Eagles. I literally brought him in as like a hidden dev project type quarterback. And then we found out in training that he's an X Factor. It's Freight Train X Factor, which is ridiculous because what? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Freight Train, like, you assume it's a scrambling quarterback. I mean, he's a 72 scrambler. It's not like he's, anti-mobile. But, I mean, out of all the abilities this guy could have, you give him Freight Train? Like, so I never actually thought, and this is the first time I've ever seen it, that, like, I thought that stuff's always randomized based off your archetype. Like, you'd only get an X Factor ability based on your archetype. And I don't figure Strong Arm is what gets Freight Train? Like, that's a little bit weird. But either way, we've had one sim game with Schmidt under center, and he won it. So I'm hoping expectations very high for this matchup here against the Green Bay Packers. And with our two new players, let's take a look at them now on the defense side of the ball. So we have Sauce Gardner. In a perfect world, we'd be able to give him a captaincy, but there's only so many that go around, and I'm pretty set right now with my team captains. So hopefully it's, we don't just, throw up a stinker here against the Packers, and they get Sauce Gardner right away. But we have Sauce Gardner on the outside. Tariq Woolen will also be on the outside with Jones in the slot. But as you can see right now, man, this team is just very, very, like, it's starting to get, it's not quite where we were when we won the Super Bowl. Remember when we won the Super Bowl, we had Justin Herbert under center. Our O-line was absolutely stacked. But I think you can argue that this team's getting pretty damn close. A couple more wins, couple more good episodes. We're going to be right back at that level of where this squad was come our last Super Bowl victory. And you got to remember, even the year before we won the Super Bowl, we went to the championship game, right? Or did we lose the Super Bowl? One of the two. And, this is just competitive team. The history of the Vancouver Grizzlies, win-loss record, got to be one of the greatest that the NFL has ever seen. So without further ado, let's kick off with another victory, get to 6-1, and knock out the Green Bay Packers in the sim. All right, let's go. One thing I do, and I will say, is like how much Chuba Hubbard dominates for us. Aaron Jones for the Green Bay Packers has more rushing touchdowns on the season. For what it's worth, I just feel like Chuba Hubbard is like the most unstoppable player when we play. And to have a player that has better stats than him is quite a sight to behold. And on the opening drive there for us, in terms of our first drive that we get into Packers territory, able to get a touchdown. But we definitely are playing a little bit slow, down 10. But we're here in the red zone, getting touchdowns. That's just something I'll say with Schmidt. I'm not expecting Schmidt to win every game he sims, but what I have already noticed is that we have a severe uptick in touchdowns when we get in the red zone than we do kicking field goals and accepting field goals. But this here is not the kind of game you wanted, man. We are just, what the fuck happened there? 40-14. Schmidt was god-awful. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. If I didn't know you were an X Factor, we'd be pulling the strings here and going right back to Josh Rosen. Jordan Love didn't even really have that good of a game. Of course, he gets the 300 yards for Pink scoring. Luckily, everything's halved. But 5-1, high-assing it to giving up 20 points in the fourth quarter and losing 40-14. I did not see this result coming. I thought with Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen would be better, not significantly worse. Thank God we simmed it. That's all we can say. The Green Bay Packers won the game, and they won by 21, so they get 2 stars right off the rip. Looking at the player stats here, Jordan Love going over 300 yards, or getting exactly 300 yards, is worth a half star. We have Bethel, their backup running back, vulturing 2 touchdowns, which is worth a half star. Luckily, they got nothing on the receiving front, even though it was a pretty good game there from Jahan Dotson. But on the defensive side of the ball, they got 3 TFLs for Tyndall, 3 TFLs for Hicks. Each one of those is worth half star, so it's 1 full star for their TFLs. They get a half star for Zadarius Smith, getting 3 sacks, and a full star for the 2 interceptions for Jair Alexander and Adrian Amos. Ends up being a 5.5 star performance for Green Bay. But unfortunately for them, it was a sim game, so we have it, which is 2.75. And I always pick and choose at random how I'm feeling, if I round up or round down. And I think by kicking our ass this badly, Green Bay earns the right to get that round up. It's a 3-star performance, a +6 upgrade incoming. The one little good thing before we even figure out who we're losing, is that Nakobe Dean got Defensive Player of the Week. 11 tackles, 2 interceptions. So he gets that +2 upgrade. I want to spend that right now because that might make him or take him out of the price range, if you will, of a potential losing scenario. Like if we, what happens if we give Nakobe Dean here, whenever we give him his +2s, it might make him an 81 actually overall. And that might be like, well, look like that. The Green Bay Packers can't afford him and they got to move on to the next guy. So what we're going to do here, we got to give him +2. Wish that awareness was up there, but we got to give +2 to his attributes here at a non-athletic position. So it's, or attributes, sorry. So it's like, no, we can't give speed or anything like that. Let's see what we can do. +2 play rec. Definitely gives him a 1 run stuff. +2 tackle. We're probably going to go tackle here, if I be honest with you. What about coverage? Pursuit, +2 pursuit. Also moves the needle there a little bit. Man coverage doesn't. Ooh. Okay, I think we're gonna go. We're gonna go plus, especially when you get it because you got 2 interceptions. You might as well give him on the coverage. So we'll bump up to 77. Their zone coverage knocks him up to an 81 overall. Now it's time for the bad news. Let's see who we're losing to the Green Bay Packers. You just knew. You just knew at this point this was gonna happen. They're spending 5 of the 6 that they earned. First up, they're gonna be sending us their rookie slot corner, Tyrone Yarbrough. Not bad for a rookie. 76 normal. Like, he might have been a first-round pick for all I know. But they're going to be getting a +1 upgrade and getting the star dev. Just feels... Both slot corners. One has a dev trait, one doesn't. There's +1. And here's the big one. Our Defensive Player of the Week, Nakobe Dean. He's been on this team a couple times. Gets poached away a couple times. He's in that sweet spot of, like, the dev trait is a great player. But also, we can't protect him. So he's always going to be poachable from these other teams, and we are going to be sending him. This is a downgrade. We're getting a veteran presence, I suppose. Deontay Hightower, 34 out of Alabama, 77 star. God damn. I mean, you know what? He's going to be solid for us this year, right? But that is still like a long term. Like, that's a, they're not even going to take it. That's the offer that we're going to do. Like, well, they're obviously going to take that deal. Oh, it's so annoying. You just wish you could keep Nakobe Dean. Especially because now he's on the Eagles. I want to play with Nakobe Dean. But it's average, man, especially when you just throw the sim up after being 5-1 and give up and we lost by fucking 30. So all that now leads into the fact that we're taking on the Colts and we're pissed off. They're a good team. I actually forgot that their roster was that over, but they got to be one of the highest overalls in this. Safe. I mean, that also is a little bit due to the fact that, they've had a couple wins over us, getting some big name players. And just to remind you, like, some of the talent, pretty sure they have Quentin Nelson, Devontae Adams, yep. Jonathan Taylor, Buckner's gone off, Kenny Moore, Braid Smith, Darius Leonard. They don't actually have crazy dudes. So it's like that. I would say looking at this roster, probably, how is it this high? They have good players, but I don't think I'd be giving them, 85 overall. We have just as many. Either way, we're angry. We're pissed off. We're mad as hell. This is a great revenge game. Hopping on the sticks. Let's do some damage. Set up our weekly strategy. How are we going to take them down? Well, we know they want to run the ball. They're one of the worst passing offenses in the league. So we're going to take away the outside run. Try to eliminate what Jonathan Taylor can do. Defensively, they're pretty bad defensively. I guess a little bit better stopping the run. Almost top 10 run defense. We like to run the ball. They do, They do like the blitz a little bit here, so maybe I will stick with the suggested game plan of running all that stuff there. And let's get through this one healthy. Let's not be undermanned. Let's be full strength and make up for the loss of Nakobe Dean on the defensive side of the ball. Everyone's good. On the offensive side of the ball, everyone's good. A full strength Grizzlies team looking to avenge a lot. Like, what was it? A four-game win streak? Our fullback's feeling it this week. Wolf, let's go. Ho-ho, let's go. Aiden Hutchinson just slow dances him to the ground. All right, let's go. 3rd and 11. This is how you start. Make them so that Carson Wentz has to make the play. Oh, I was going to say, that'd be one of those ones if we didn't get that. If we had to Kobe Dean, he might get there. But there we go. That's a solid tackle. That might have been the new player that we just got from the Packers in the slot. No, never mind. It's Sutherland. Whatever. Good stop. Unbelievable throw. Shouldn't have done that. Literally the only guy. What am I doing? Literally the only player I don't think I would throw this on is Darius Leonard. And we just throw it there, double coverage. That's F. I can't believe that. I'm sorry. All I can say is I apologize for everyone watching this. That is first thing in the morning, still drinking my energy drink. First pass attempt. God damn it. That guy, Carson Wentz sucks! Oh my god, Ed Oliver. Oh, let's go. Not bad. I'll take the field goal. Let's go! Man, they actually... You know what? As much as I said I don't believe their team rated, they got, like, just looking right now. They got Buckner, X-Factor on the D-line, 2 superstar linebackers, Kenny Moore in the slot with the star. Like, there's a lot of guys we want to try to avoid here. Oh. Oh, no! At least we recover that. We had the X. Couldn't get overtime, man. This Colts defense, okay. All right, we got a 3rd and 5. Another chance for our defense to get off the field here. Let's go. Let's go. Hutchinson got a fresh slate of rush moves here. Hits the spin. Wentz just rocks into a Gibson sack. And we force the punt. Thank God Carson Wentz is their quarterback. Let's go, Pitts. Let's go, Pitts. This is going to be like one of those games. Obviously, it's very slow. No score yet. But, like, if we can find a way to get Darius Leonard for, like, maybe Hightower, that'd be kind of cool. Oh, it's just easy. Does it for Chuba Hubbard. Open and score. The game just glides into the end zone. Ed Oliver is just, he said, what's the sack record in a game? I'm going for 9. All right, 3rd and 18. Again, just zero fear. Right? You know, they got Devontae Adams, Jonathan Taylor, yeah, but they got an absolute idiot under center. So for that, I'm optimistic we're going to play a strong defensive game here as we hold to another punt. Oh, slant cheese to the rookie speedster. You're not catching him. God bless. Doug Peterson knows we need to slant. Oh, good PBU there on the outside. I think that was Sauce Gardner setting up a 3rd and 8. Sauce Gardner locking down Devontae Adams. Ed Oliver in the inside. Oh, no. Well, it's Devontae Adams. He's going to get his. 3rd and 1. We got a stack. Hey, let's see it, Hightower. You're a veteran. You don't know how to time this snap. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? We weren't letting Jonathan Taylor beat us there. I like that commitment. Go! You got free trade, right? Let's run. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. Kyle Pitts. I don't care if you're Darius Leonard or not. Kyle Pitts is the best tight end in the NFL. Okay, Devontae. Pretty quickly. Colts are in our territory. Yeah, it's nothing fancy, though. It's just, you know, they're running our offense with Josh Rosen. Slants. Taste of our own medicine, you know? Let's see if we can get some pressure here. Actually, you can't get any pressure. Wait. All right, let's put them on their heels here. Oh, let's go. Flex. I love knowing that my QB can make those throws now. There we go. 22, everybody. No, 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 no. That's going to be close. I think that's still going to be 4th and 1. Oh, thank God. Oh, that would have been absolutely shambolic. But they're going to go for it. I don't blame them. You got Jonathan Taylor. Let's go, Gentry. The new leader of this defense. Oh, the pressure got to him. Turnover on downs. Oh, that was a risky throw, but a throw I love nonetheless. And that takes Schmidt over 300 yards. One more touchdown, and we get a full star for our quarterback as well. Let's actually try to force the pass here, because that's going to be very important for us. Pitts, probably? Oh, man, if that wasn't, you know, I think it was Okereke with the superstar. If that was anything else, I think that would have been a touchdown. We can try to go back to Pitts here again. Let's move out of the pocket. There you go. Absolutely stags that. Leonard thought he got a pick. And he goes, oh yeah, I'm Kyle Pitts, motherfucker. Let's go. Bring his ass down. Michael Gibson. Second sack. Get some more pink scoring. This is looking like a 5-star, fellas. Bring his ass down there. Bring his ass down, Miles Gentry. Fumble recovery by Yarbrough, making his debut here. What a hell of a debut. Oh, that's just trying to get some extra scoring at this point. I mean, interceptions, I mean, we might lose the half-star for the turnovers, but hey, maybe we'll be able to get an interception here, pull it back. Just had to be aggressive in garbage time to try to ensure the 5-star. I guess, hey, if we get 4.5 and we lose it because of the turnovers, that'd be a little annoying. But big win incoming, nonetheless. Man, there's nothing worse than these fucking picture end screens. Hit an A! Get me out of this shit. It was a good game, fellas. We won 35-14, so we won the game. It's a divisional victory, and we won by exactly 21, so that is 3 stars right off the rip. That interception did cost us the turnover, but it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, luckily. For our own player stats, Schmidt, again, the interception, he's a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks are allowed to throw picks. But with over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 full star for Bryce Schmidt. We got 1 full star for Chuba Hubbard going over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. We got 1 full star for Kyle Pitts going over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look at that, though. 4 yards and 7 yards off of Pink scoring right there for our other wide receiver options. But on the defensive side of the ball, we got a half-star for Ed Oliver getting 3 sacks. We have a half-star for Tariq Woolen getting the interception. Ends up being a 7-star performance. So we round down to a 5-star. It's a +10 upgrade and a spin at the lovely, lovely wheel. All right, so here is our wheel spin. All these options now you should be familiar. Actually, we'll put Monstars back in because that was the last time we rolled it. Really, the only one is once you roll Playbook Cheese, that widget's going to leave. And then what that is obviously when we roll that, we'll be able to probably take a vote, what you guys think is the most OP, cheesy, sim, offensive playbook. You know, you think of the Chiefs, you think of the Bucks. Just to help us out with our sim games. It's obviously very powerful. So even though it's only a one-time thing, it's going to be, you know, very, very influential for the remainder of the series. But hey, I'm good for any upgrade at this point. I'll be happy for what we get. And almost playbook. We got the dev increase. Okay, interesting. Before we do anything, we have a weekly award winner. Ed Oliver is the defensive player of the week. 5 tackles, 3 sacks. I'm just so happy that I can use someone on the D-line now. Between him and Hutchison and even Gibson to a certain extent, they're all fairly valuable. But Ed Oliver earned himself a little +2 upgrade. I don't know where we're going to give it. I mean, probably finesse move, right? Like, that's probably the area we want to go, but we'll take a little gander here. +2 power move, what does that do? Nothing. +2 finesse move. Bumps up the speed rusher, +2 block shed. Does ump his run stuffing. +2 tackle. Man, there's nothing we can do to help a power rusher? All right, I'll just give that right there in a power move. Okay, from that, we'll just roll that into the first thing you guys need to choose on, which is the dev trait increase that we just won. I think it should be, you know, kind of goes in the area of our protected players. Claypool is not protected right now. Huffman is, but either one of those wide receiver options, knocking them up to an X factor, would be huge for our offense. On the defensive side of the ball, we could look at Sauce Gardner becoming an X factor, and then maybe we shuffle around our captaincies. Woods could become a X factor, and I mean, we just don't have the spots to, you know, captains him. Oh my God, we're not even playing Hightower. My God, man, this is what happens when I half-ass things. All right, we gotta make, we're gonna take Gentry here, and we're gonna make him our right outside linebacker while I handle this. I'll let you guys ponder this 1 second here as I fix my lineup here a little bit. Who should we get in the superstar? I think, you know, I'm looking probably towards the wide receivers here. Huffman, because he's captains, or we go Claypool and we take the captaincy off Huffman. But I think that's probably our best options. But you guys, straight up, anyone, if you want to see a superstar tackle, let me know in the comments. Now, we'll figure out what kind of upgrade we can get from the Colts with that +10. So for the player upgrades, it actually worked out to a solid +10 on the dot. Not getting any superstars here, but the team's going to get a lot better. So the first upgrade, we're going to be setting Yarbrough, who's just literally spent an episode here. And we're going to get the +1 to get Gaddis. I'm pretty sure we drafted Miles Gaddis. I think he was one of our guys. He's a 77 star. So from that standpoint, we're just like upgrading dev trait. Both guys are built like a slot corner, so like same position, which is good. So it's just a dev trait +1. We're going to be setting Jaden Sherman, who's our backup linebacker behind Dante Hightower. 73, normal dev, young player, got some upside, good skill set. However, I was looking through the Colts roster. Yeah, this thing, Desmond Lamb, 75, superstar linebacker out of Vandy. He's known to Kobe Dean, but I think we can start this episode with a superstar linebacker. We're going to find a way to end this episode with a superstar linebacker. Very happy with that upgrade. And then the last one here, we're going to send our backup left tackle, Tremaine Aldridge, who's 66 normal, and we're going to flip that for Ben Bowen, who's 73 star, but at 6'6", 317, we're going to be able to, because he's depth, I can move him wherever the hell I want. We should be able to shift him to one of our starting guard spots, and he'll represent an upgrade there. Probably left guard, I'm going to have to guess. But we'll take a quick look at our squad as we end the episode. But there we go, man. Like, you know, we're not getting any 85-plus crazy guys, but Gaddis is going to be our starting corner. Lamb will start at linebacker somewhere, and Bowen is going to start on the offensive line. That's an efficient and effective upgrade for a +10. So here's how our team looks as we finish the episode. We now have Bowen, who will be our starting left guard. We just went from a 69 normal to a, well, with the boost, 75 star at left guard, which is a nice little upgrade there on the offensive line. And on the defensive side of the ball, I think we got to go with the superstar guy over Hightower, but Hightower's still going to see the field plenty. You know, a linebacker too is always out there. So Gentry at right outside linebacker. Lamb will be our middle linebacker, and we'll have Gaddis as our slot corner with Gardner and Tariq Woolen. Love that, man. I think he made himself the thumbnail. Getting this freak of nature from the 2022 NFL draft. Gets his first pick on the sticks. Sky's the limit for this guy, man. Absolute freak. Freak of nature, 1 of 1 type player. But as we close this one out, you guys do need to vote on who is getting the dev trait increase. So let me know in the comment section below. Again, plenty of awesome options. I do think there is value in X factors, but I guess, you know, now adding Lamb just a second ago, he can put himself on the list to become an X factor linebacker. Woods can become an X factor. Sauce Gardner can become an X factor. And I think if we did go this avenue, because corners, X factors, value, whatever you want to call it, might have to get a little creative with the captaincy. Might have to shuffle the captaincy spots here around just a little bit if we do decide to go with Sauce. Or we look on the offensive side of the ball. Claypool can go up to X factor. Again, another scenario. He's currently not a team captain, so we're having to shuffle that out. Or Huffman could become an X factor, and he is still a team captain, so he's already to be protected. It's probably the easiest one is Huffman, but is that the best one? I want you guys to make the top call, and let me know in the comments below. But that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4, saying peace